Good morning. So this is the pre-market. I'm going to do a quick one here and try to get this one out fast because today could be critical. This is Brian Lewis with MMT Investing. Things just changed. So yesterday I was day trading this thing, and I saw this thing go to the other edge of the risk range here, and I was trying to position here, and it bounced and stayed on the bullish side yesterday. And so I ended up closing out a bunch of my short positions overnight and actually holding gold tonight, which is something that's really weird that I don't usually do. I held a bunch of gold overnight. We'll see how that goes. But what we have now is a really interesting spot where we are trading in this zone. We've completely double bounced off of this red line that I expected to break yesterday. And we just shot out of here. So we got this kind of bear consolidation zone down, but then we reversed out of there, similar to we got this kind of bullish pennant double up here. So on the short technicals here, this is the S&P. This here could be a little bull pennant to go up higher, and it's really important to watch if we're crossing over to bear or if we're going to bounce off of this middle zone here. So if we bounce up, this is looking for a move up. It looks like it would probably break this line, and then and then you could get a mean reversal out of here, potentially to the downside. And so this is kind of a day trading pre-market thing, but this also could be an extremely critical spot to get short positions for a bigger move down. And let me go out and show you some. Let's just run through the technicals or the cycle stuff here. So way out on the weekly, this is kind of a year-over-year look at our MACD levels, and what we can see is that on the yearly outlook, it is very bearish. We're down here on the bear side of the MACD, and it is converging, looking like it wants to cross over to get less bearish on the very long term. But we're very bearish long term here. And then on the dailies, this is kind of our monthly cycle outlook. And this has been an extremely interesting shape that we're getting here with a bunch of tops. And we're doing a bunch. This is really, really weird as far as technical analysis and Elliott Wave stuff. All the technical people and the Elliott Wave people are scratching their head and just like you keep getting these weaker moves up like this, and they're just like, this thing's got to go down. And so I have a technical analysis idea I'm going to throw out in a minute, but let's look at this thing first. Right now, we are bullish here. We're on the bullish side, but we have crossed over into a bearish move inside the bull territory. So right now, the bears want this blue line to diverge farther from the red line. And the farther it diverges it, the more it'll pull the red line down. And the bears want to pull this thing down into bear territory here. And the bulls want this thing to stay tighter and want it to reverse back up here and get a bullish bounce up in bull territory. And so this is the big thing to watch on the sort of swing trading level out throughout the end of this cycle, is if we get to bear territory on the cyclical level here or not. And then let's get into what's happening right now on like the hourlies. And this hourly chart is what made me get out of some shorts last night. And it looks like that was a good idea. But I'm still very bearish long term for sure, as we just saw. And it looks like we're getting a bear move in the cyclicals. And even if it just pulls down into the bull territory bounce, it should still be a pull down. So I'm expecting this thing to come down, but I want to be really careful positioning this thing. And this kind of consolidation zone here could very well pop up in today's trading. And so this is a super critical thing to watch today. And then you can see, yeah, this is what it looked like. So yeah, we swung pretty good into bull territory here, and we max diverged, and we're coming back down here. So it looks like we might swing back into a bearish move, but these haven't crossed over yet, and we should get this crossover today during the day trading, and then we'll see if this pulls down. So if we get this pull down on the dailies and on the monthly cyclicals and then the long-term bearish outlook, that could be a bunch of bearish crossover moves. That could be a pretty aggressive move down. So we'll see if we get another move up. It's kind of fighting against the gravity here, so it could stretch out a little bit more and get a little bit more of a bounce here. But these are hourlies, so I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this thing should play out during the day today, and getting these positions correct for the weekend and trying to find the peak of this thing. If you're looking to get shorts, and this is not financial advice, could be really critical here. So we are short-term bullish and medium-term still bullish, and it's looking to turn down. It looks like it's going to turn down pretty aggressively here, and we could get in a little bit tighter, like on a 10-minute, and see what it's doing. So this is all bull territory here, and it's not really clear. It's just kind of neutral right now. It doesn't really show if it's going to go up or down from here. It's pulling it down towards neutral, and this isn't really giving away anything here on the quick trading view. So as of opening, it looks like it's undetermined where this kind of peak is going to be, but when these things turn over, it could be a really, really aggressive spot to get shorts at a very top peak before a big move down. And let's do a drawing of something that I don't think anybody is predicting. And this is the secret at the end of the video that I didn't mention I was going to do, or maybe I did. And that is that, the Elliott kind of look is like, what in the hell is this thing? Like an Elliott 27 wave or something? Like, this thing's crazy, right? And then all the technical people are drawing the wedges here, like, oh, we got this wedge. And then we got outside and sort of back tested the thing. And then, and then it's like another wedge. And then we kind of got outside of that thing and then it's like another one. And then we're outside of that thing. Like, what is this? What's going on? And so everyone is just like, what is this? It's crazy. And here's a look at, I think, what we might be getting on this cycle across this bull trap, assuming it is a bull trap, is this, a rounded, nice little rounded shape where we keep testing the outside of this rounded thing. And this is something that nobody ever talks about in a bearish formation. But this is an inverted cup where you keep hitting the edges of this thing. And that is what it looks like we're getting here. And that is a really weird thing to predict. An Elliott wave, I mean, what are these waves? What are the Elliott waves in a cup? I don't even know. I'm going to have to go research like what Elliott waves in a cup even are. It's probably just a bunch of triplet waves. And if we look at the previous cycle, this kind of area here was active in the reversal. We got a big dead cat that was relative to this kind of crossover wave action. So I think that's a good place to kind of put the floor of the cup here. And then what you would see is probably a sort of consolidation zone out here. So keep like working on the edge of this cup, and then you get into a consolidation zone here. And then for a cup formation to complete, that would be a bearish move out of here, or we could just end the entire cycle and we could just continue bullish from here. And that, I think, is the two. I think those are the two most probable looks here at what we're trying to do right now. It looks like we're going to get an intermediate move down, most likely in the bull or the bear case. And so I think this is a spot where the bulls should be very cautious because the upside here is very small and it should be pretty lame. And so there's just not a lot of upside for the bulls in this kind of formation. And there's a lot of intermediate downside for everyone here. And then what do we get though? When we get down to this kind of critical range, like do we get this kind of dead cat bounce cup handle thing into a big move down, or do we reverse out of this entire credit contraction cycle here and we get back up to this trend line and just go on about our business for like the next 9 months or something like that? So this is really important for this tangent line. Do we terminate this tangent line and get out of here down, or is this tangent line still our tangent for the rest of the year? And we're just going to get down a little and get back to it, and then we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what goes on. So, oh yeah, please hit the like button and subscribe and chat in the comments and stuff, and I'll say hi. And let me try to get this thing up quick because it looks like maybe by the end of market today, we'll be actually figuring out where this reversal looks like, because I think we might get a pop. I think we might get another bull pop, and yeah, it's really critical what we do here. If we switch over to the bear side of the Bollinger Bands here, that's going to be pretty bearish. Like, in order for this to be a bullish pop, it needs to pop off the middle of this range and get up a little higher. And if we cross over and get down, then we should be just pressing the downside of the Bollinger Bands. So, and then that's kind of the positioning over the whole weekend could be really critical, because it could open way down on Monday if we get a big turnover here. And so, oh yeah, another point. I said I was going to be a short video, and I keep on thinking of stuff to say, but the oil contracts are kind of expiring and rolling over and things today and until the 20th. So today and until the middle of next week is going to be really critical for oil, the spot price, and all of the crazy oil funds, USO, UCO. So I'm going to be looking at the technicals on the oil funds today and see if there's some kind of reversal pattern on those shaping up, because there's the potential on the oil for another long squeeze. We got that -40 long squeeze. It was like negative $40 oil on those contracts relative to the future contracts, and you could get another long squeeze that rips oil down sometime over today or until Wednesday next week. And yeah, if I see something shaping up like that, I'll be interested to kind of day trade oil, like the USO or something like that, and try to see if there's a potential oil squeeze to short here. If there's a long squeeze, that would be a killer kind of day trading short today or over the next week. So, all right, that's a couple things. I'm gonna get this thing up, and today is a big day in our cup and handle, our inverted cup and handle, which is blowing the minds of all the tech people and the Elliott Wave people. And it's not really a big deal at all for me in the cycle. I mean, we're just get a rip in a middle area and then another down move for the general cycle outlook is pretty normal. But this is a really extended, weird looking thing. And that's what I think we're getting. We're getting this just rounded thing, and it should just continue to round off. It should just continue to round down. And we'll worry about what it looks like once we get down there to see if it's bullish or bearish. But all right, happy trading.